down. The Glacius spam, the Forsaken Archer spam. Of course, Forsaken Archer didn't really seem to care when he was getting spammed on there, but you know, he has a good mana pool. He only has one spell. It's all good. It's all good. A lot of damage coming out here to this Vindicator. Up goes the Mummies trying to save him. Don't know why he came back, but he's using a potion, so that's why he came back. Trying to save this Pharaoh. So again, we kind of have a similar kind of situation here, but for Legion instead of Hellborn, we got the two ranged versus just the Vindicator down here, and that's going to be a lot of extra pressure that they have to deal with. Pharaoh obviously has to limit his presence to those last hits, those denies, and else you have to stay back. Otherwise, you're going to get comboed upon, just like he's getting right here. Lots of damage going out. Lots of auto attacks. Oh, I think he went the wrong way for that one. There goes the Bloodlust for King Raven going down to this double range lane. Those skeletons definitely helping a little bit. But Glacius picked up the first blood. Probably going to use that extra gold for those wards straight off. Or what I like to do, get my boots right off the bat. Nope, no boots. Going with that mana battery. But hey, an extra 200 gold on 200 gold. Good way to start off the game. 1-0 SK taking down that Pharaoh. King Raven getting caught up in that forest. And as I was just saying, you know, you just have to be careful as a melee against a double ranged lane. So Vindicator going in, but this Pharaoh is just too slow. Not too sure. Down goes that Pharaoh, but Mummy's coming out, going to grab this kill from Forsaken Archer. Maybe now is he even going to try to come up for this Glacius. Glacius does get off the slow. Pharaoh still wants a piece of him. No boots, however. So now he's in tower range. Don't know why he's threw out the stuns, because he doesn't have that ultimate of his. Can't quite get up there. And now Beatis is just, I guess, trying to do the kiting. In comes Forsaken Archer with that TP. So Pharaoh definitely has to back up there. 2-1 now for SK, taking out both top Legionnaires, one each. But they had to pay for it with that Forsaken Archer. What's going on mid? We got a Flint Beastwood with Illusions. Now, as I said, a little bit of a nerf to him. He doesn't quite seem to be dominating his lane as one might expect. He does have level 3 Deadeye, so he can now outrange those towers. You'd kind of expect him to use it to try to harass this Defiler as much as he can. But Defiler, of course, has her own wave of death, so to speak, and that thing has some pretty insane range. Pharaoh going in here on that Glacius, picking him up with both the stun and the Mummies. I think there was a Sage's Lore that did go off. Indeed, it did. But as I said, both of these heroes have abilities that can just dispel that, no problem. Now, Glacius does, you know, have a little bit less mana than you'd like, but that Chilling Presence, level 2, is just going to regen him so quickly. Only an extra 1 mana a second this early into the game. We're only at 5 minutes, folks. Is definitely a good advantage. But Flint Beastwood, level 6, so far, by all indications, is winning his lane against this Defiler in the middle. You know, 23 creep kills, 8 denies, is sitting at 400 experience a minute. Not the top gold farmer. That honor goes to that Forsaken Archer, which isn't really that surprising, to be honest. But, yep. Definitely winning his lane, though. Sneaking there, only doing 21-4, so it's not as off as you might think. Level 6 now being dinged there for Defiler. Level 6 from Flint Beastwood, however. I don't know if that was nerfed. It looks like he already used his ultimate to get a few shots off on Defiler, but Defiler with boots are going to try to chasing down Flint here. Does he have enough for a wave of death? He does not, but those ghosts are going to be enough to grab him. Anyways, in comes Beatis. Not going to be quite in time, though. I mean, it's only a Glacius. Up comes a Magmus, however, from the river with the double damage. So a good Lava Surge here could definitely turn the tide to that Defiler. But he is going to be backing. Probably going to go off and spend that lots of new money. So Magmus looks like he's going to be cycling back down south. But, yeah, just a little too late to the party. Was not able to save that Flint. Flint without boots and the massive range that is afforded by the Defiler abilities, not going to be getting away from it. And as I said, already looked like he had used his money shot. It was on cooldown. Now, Explosive Flare. 14% movement slow. Okay, so that's still there. So that might have been nerfed, but the movement slow is still a valid thing. Just did not look like Defiler was at all hurt. in that at all slowed in that encounter. But maybe it's just me. Maybe 2-2 now for this Milk versus SK lineup. We do have an offensive ward up here, so we can get a good sense of what's going on. Glacius is doing the creep pulling. He is, pulling back the lane, giving his carry some solo farm, which is a sign of a good support, considering that now the experience is split solo to each of them. Just helps out very generally in the beginning here. I'm a little surprised that neither team actually has wards set up to block these creep camps. I mean, this is a pro game. We are, in the high levels. 1900 something was the lowest I think I saw. But where are the wards? We got the wards here from Legion, the ward here from Legion, and then we got one similar here from, as I say all this, it looks like Magnus giving enough vision and damage to allow that Flint Beastwood to get a revenge kill there. But oh, that was a nice snot ball by that King Raven playing that Pharaoh. They are not going to go in here on this Flint Beastwood, of course, because Magnus is, well, on the same team. So that's not going to happen. Valkyrie, I guess, is trying to cope solo down south with this Witch Slayer Engineer. But yeah, where's the second Hellborn ward? Because it clearly isn't here, and there's no counter wards up. But up top, it looks like we have Valkyrie just scouting around there with that haste. Going to get off some auto attacks here, but in comes Defiler. Out goes the ult on Pharaoh, but nope, I guess not. Oh, it did not trigger the cooldown, as some do. But in goes the stun there from Magnus onto Defiler, but missed the Valkyrie arrow. Just waited too long, a little bit too much. Flint Beastwood almost going down. He's probably going to get snotted here. No, he's going to get ulted by that Pharaoh. Goes down, no problem. But Pharaoh, in a little bit of trouble himself, uses those mummies. Going to try to get out of here. Valkyrie Leap is going to say one more auto attack is all he needed. King Raven getting out of there by the skin of his teeth, even throwing off another snot ball, disabling. I think there was a mana potion that did go off. No mana potion for you. It looks like Witch Slayer has come mid to help out a little bit, but those ghosts are down. They will not be pushing that tower very hard here. But now we had a free farming lane here with Engineer, who just hit 6. So a free farming lane overall is never any good. And now, as I say that, I kind of forgot that Forsaken Archer up here has kind of been free farming for a while now, as it looks like Glacius is going to try doing some of the double stack in here. So good times on him. That's going to be helping out his farm, sorry, not his farm, his carry's farm, a good amount later on when they get around to, going off and killing them. Rum and Coke. So good. So, we are sitting now, nice and even, 3-3. Looks like a little bit of fun going down here. In Defiler getting hit by that Magmus. Now is going to be trying to be chased by that Magmus, but in comes Vindicator. Going to be draining his mana out. Even the Pharaoh ult coming up, saying hello to Magmus, and Magmus now trapped. Going to be steam bathing, not going to be mattering at all. Keg Stand going out, picking up his kill. You might be invisible, but the Keg Stand sees all. And down he goes. I don't know when Vindicator went down, but he did. Who did Vindicator go down to? He went down to Flint Beastwood, so probably picking up a good flare, a good money shot on him. Money shot, such a ridiculous cooldown. 20 seconds, level 1. 10 seconds, level 3. Now, of course, he also has the range addition there. Engineer going in by himself, not too sure why. Okay, there is a Defiler. It looks like Glacius could be in some trouble here. But Magmus coming right back into the fray. It looks like he's looking for a kill himself, but he will be getting out. Could not save that Glacius from certain death. A good wave of death itself coming out here onto Magmus, but that's not going to be enough to kill the good old rock. Looks like another pause request going out. Ultimate going down on that Vindicator, and Magmus picking that up with that Lava Surge, but he could be in a little bit of trouble now. Down he goes to this Pharaoh. Vote has been passed. We are going to be having a pause. Lots of action in this mid lane. 11 minutes 41 seconds into this game of SK versus Milk. While they're going to take a pause, I'm going to get myself a drink. Whew. Well, this middle lane, a lot of action. Now, this animation here from this flint beastwood, these bullets, right by this very nicely placed offensive ward. So it's right up there on the hill. You can see, this area between the tower and the heroes, and you can see even when they're coming down up off this ledge. So good ward placement there. Vindicator doing very good. I think all the wards are his. ZZ Rick, ZZ Rick, ZZ Rick. Even this one still had another minute on it. Where as opposed to the Hellborn wards, all we have is, well, we still only have this one. So not too sure who's supposed to be picking that stuff. This one was placed by that Flint Beastwood. He does not have any of the others, so I'm not too sure who else is going to be doing that. Now, as Engineer cycled mid to do a lot of helping out there with the kills, going, so far 6 for 6, this team of Hellborn have 2 advantages working for them while everybody is busy mid. We have this Valkyrie down south, free farming, going to be pushing this tower soon. And upstairs we've had this Forsaken Archer free farming for a good few minutes now as well. So 2 lanes free farm, no opposition whatsoever, more than likely landing up every last hit. Their farm is going to start shooting up pretty good here. Now I say that, but the top gold farmer right now in the game is indeed that Forsaken Archer. 330 gold a minute, has already spent 3,600 gold herself. Sitting there at 65 creep kills and 35 denies. 3,600 gold spent. The next closest you can get to that would be Flint Beastwood himself, 3,100. But just looking at the items, must be sitting there pretty in the stash. Looks like he's going for Marchers and a bolstering armband, which kind of indicates we're going to go for a Steam Boots on this Flint. Let's see if there's anything on this courier. Only a minor totem. Oh, look, another Ward of Sight. B-Dizzes. Not too sure why that's there, but that being said, over here on this Forsaken Archer, we are sitting on Ghost Marchers already with a Mighty Blaze. So the extra strength going for a bit more of a tanky early game Forsaken Archer, but at the same time, it helps build towards either A, a Firebrand, or B, a Shrunken Head. Now, more than likely, the Firebrand will come out first, because a lot of Forsaken Archers like to go for their Geometer's Bane as soon as they can. Now, 2 ways to go about that. You go the Firebrand into a Frostburn, and then use that to farm up your Geometer's Bane by basically splitting the Frostburn into 2 pieces, back to the Firebrand and the Icebrand, sorry. And then from there going into either Geometer's Bane, Frostwolf Skull, or you can rebuild the Frostburn back up again after you got the Geometer's Bane. Another great pickup for the Forsaken Archer is of course the Whispering Helm, because down the line what you can do is dominate creeps and then use that to triple stack the heavy creeps. Oh, those aren't the heavy creeps. So these guys here, these ones here, to an extent these ones, but the big baddies here are the Ancients. Dominating a creep early, triple stacking those Ancients, and then coming right down and just doing everything you can in your power to slaughter them as quickly as you can are great spikes to both your farm and your immediate goal, and of course your experience, because Ancients are pretty hefty dragons, So pretty hefty dragons, a lot of experience, a lot of gold. There's a good tip for your Forsaken Archers down the line, because we still have this pause going on. Bad computers, bad patches, who knows, but Swindle Melons, I don't know, dude. If you're going to be doing this every tournament, I would seriously consider asking a sponsor for a new computer. And now I'm out of Coke and rum. That makes me infinitely more sadder. Is that a word, sadder? Infinitely more sad. I don't know. Grammar Nazis can tear me apart later. How's that? I think it's a good compromise. Alright, well, let's take a quick look at other heroes around. This Defiler is also spent in the 3,000 gold range. She is sitting at the top farm experience-wise of the game. 377 experience a minute. And she's sitting right now on Ghost Marchers. Now, of course, Steam Boots, not a very good pickup for